might more and more sort of behave as a kind of a sort of single thinking team rather than, that's... So I think I can imagine that, and it's particularly because we're really good at learning to use information where we don't really know what it is or what it's about, You just let the brain sit there and do its statistical crunching kind of thing, and you'll get all sorts of good stuff out. So yeah, that's 2 yeses, I think.
One more loss, and they'll be working on that football thing over it.
Thank you for your presentation. I kind of want to go a direction. He was going a little bit on that thing about humans not resisting, the opportunities. And I know that's a whole lot true, but I also know people who have serious problems and they do refuse to take a medication that will make them better or to use some adaptive type of device. And I'm thinking that, like with your nose, the long nose thing, sometimes it's kind of good to know that your nose is only so long and not duck things, you don't have to. So I'm wondering, just kind of, if you think maybe that sometime resistance to that is sort of a protective thing to not deceive ourselves, or is it more like the people who wanted to cling to the idea the world was flat?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and also Steve Potter, that's the name I was looking for there, it's bubble. Yeah, well, so an example, I think, of the kind of thing that you're talking about there might be the reception of cochlear implants among the deaf community, because these are technological innovations that clearly can restore hearing. There's no doubt about it. That's what they do, they work. And yet, in the deaf population, there is a certain amount of resistance to the use of them. There's a very good book called Rebuilt. I can't remember the name of that author. That's not even close to being biologically stored. But it's an excellent book, and it's about his sort of internal struggles as a deaf person to decide whether to use a cochlear implant or not, and what his experience was when he did finally use it. So I think we make these decisions for all kinds of reasons. If you want to identify with one particular community, that might move you in the direction of saying no to certain things. So there are a lot of factors here. I wasn't quite sure that I got the thing about the nose, though, as you were using it there. It was sort of...
I'm just saying that the point of the nose thing was that you started to believe your nose was very long. You
it's funny, you couldn't really believe it was. It felt as if it was, but they weren't delusional. They knew. If you said, well, how long is your nose really? They'd say, oh, that's just, it must be the way it normally is, but it feels like it's 3